Okay, so here's another lunch and learn, if you will. We're here at Memoya, here in Bloomfield, and I'm here with Lynn Krohn, who's a specialist in service. Whether you've got a medical practice or a restaurant, she's going to show you how to improve the service and thereby keep the customers coming in for more. And watch what we eat. Ooh, what do we got?
This is a special appetizer. It's the white fish with spicy mayo and eel sauce. And then this is salmon wrapped in with spicy connie in the middle. And this one is spicy tuna deep fried with taro and spicy mayo and eel sauce.
That sounds good. Is that popular here?
Well, this is our special, just for our special customers.
Oh, I feel honored. Thank you.
Beautiful,
so, yes, it is beautiful, and Lynn is about ready to try one herself. So, this is your day. What are you going to go with?
Wow. I think I'm going to go with the tuna.
There you go. Okay, so...
Oishii. Domoregato gozaimashita.
Hi, so desu ne. Is that the best tuna you've had all day?
Subarashi.
Ah, oishii desu ne, huh?
Delicious. Wow. The salmon.
Okay, so now, yes, it's a piece of lox. Let's check this out. See the different blends.
Oh my gosh. So delicate. Delicious. It's a little crunchy, but a very soft textured fish. That's really good.
I love it when you really enjoy your food, you know?
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay, so it wasn't a total waste getting you up here.
No, oh my God, that's delicious.
You know, everybody that's running a business now, I don't know if they understand the value of customer service and how important that is to bringing people back. Give us your views on that and why it's so important, especially in the restaurant business.
Well, it's the heart of the business. When people come out to eat, of course they want to have great food, but they want to feel welcome when they walk in. They want to know that their business is important to the proprietor, that their business is appreciated, and that's how they're going to be received by the owners and the staff. And that's what's going to bring them back. So often people go out to eat and they try a restaurant and the food may be good, but nobody acknowledged their business, nobody thanked them for coming in, nobody took the time to explain the food. I always tell people in the service industry, one of the key things is educating your guests about your menu. People come in, they want to know, they want to learn about new foods, and they want to taste things they've never had before. And if a waiter or a waitress or a captain takes the time to explain things and educate the guest tends to have a better experience because they try things that maybe they wouldn't have tried, and they come away thinking, wow, this was a fulfilling experience. So the food was good, but the server really cared about how they perceived the restaurant and taught them about the menu. And those are key things that bring people back.
I'm getting ready to go and eat this, which has shredded taro all around it, which is crispy and crunchy, and then you have the deep fried tuna, almost like one of his crystal balls here. And the trick is to get it in your mouth without having it slobber on your jaw. Oh. I can't explain to you the flavor that bursts in your mouth when you bite into this thing. I can only tell you that this is the only place you're going to get it. Oh, wonderful. So the tuna pizza has arrived.
Yes, it has seaweed salad and avocado, and then a little bit of cherry on top.
And of course it has that wonderful fried rice cake on the bottom.
Wow.
No, you've never gotten anything like this. You're in the pizza business.
Yeah, no,
This is sushi pizza.
Wow, look at the seaweed salad with the cherries on the top.
This is the fried whitefish.
I just love food, so.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Louis, make another new appetizer for you.
Oh, this is Chef Lewis's wife. How are you doing?
How are you?
And this is, what is this now?
So good. This one outside is fried pancake. Inside with spicy crab meat.
Ooh, I can't wait. Check this out.
Whitefish.
Their version of fish and chips.
Oh my God. So crunchy.
that lovely?
Crispy.
Yeah.
Sauce is very mellow. It's more about the texture. The fish tastes very fresh, but the batter that they use is, the texture is unbelievable. It's so crispy.
Tempura batter.
And a lot of times with tempura, if, I don't know, if it's fried too long, it tends to be greasy and oily. This you don't have any oily texture at all. It's all crispiness. It's really crunchy.
And you would know because you were in Japan for a year. And what did you do in Japan?
I worked for a large hotel. I lived in Nishi, Shinjuku for a year, and I worked in all the different restaurants, and I worked with the concierge staff. It was back in the 80s when a lot of our guests in New York were from Japan, and they sent me over as part of an international exchange program. I was selected to go for a year, and it was part of a program because we had so many people coming in from Japan, and we really didn't understand their needs and their wants. So they sent me to Japan where I could help with the American guests, but it gave me an opportunity to really understand how the Japanese what the Japanese expected in terms of the hospitality industry, and it was a great experience for me. I learned to love the Japanese culture. I traveled all over Japan, and I lived in the heart of Tokyo, and I really got to know the Japanese guests. So when I returned to New York, I was able to help them on a whole different level, having experience where they came from.
And the Japanese are very in tune with service. That's what samurai is, to serve.
Well, there's a different level of service in that the front of the house, the expectations are a much more formal presentation of service, whereas in America, people tend to be a little more comfortable with their guests. In Japan, you're expected to show
bow. There's a pecking order.
I have to explain it to you, but
Bushido.
It's a more humbling experience. Yeah. It's definitely a more humbling experience to serve in Japan.
They take it much more seriously than we do.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, here the service help is $10 an hour, and it's just till they can get out of college.
Yeah.
Over there, it's a career.
It's a career. It's a profession. It's a livelihood. And the people in the service industry are really they're polished, they're professional. It's a whole different level. It is a career for them. And because they take it so seriously, it just makes them that much better at it. It's not a temporary job to make some cash. That's not the way they look at it.
It's a philosophy.
It is. It is a philosophy.
And speaking of philosophies, it's now time for you to taste this very special appetizer. You're in luck. I must be held in some high esteem here.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Thank you for inviting me.
You could roll your eyes. I've seen people roll their eyes.
Wow. The crab meat in this is so fresh and so delicious, but the texture wrapped around the delicate crab meat is like nothing I've ever tasted. This is quite a treat. Thank you.
Now it's my turn to try these amazing appetizers here. They're fried on the outside, tender on the inside. Let's give it a shot. Oh. It's wonderful.
Isn't the crab meat delicious?
Chef Lewis, this guy knows what he's doing. Oh, well, you can go now. Okay, so now Lynn is getting ready to try her first sushi pizza. Yes, you will have to. You probably could do that in 2 bites.
Okay. Now the bottom is so crispy, I can feel it with my fingers.
Yeah, texture.
Oh, wow.
I love feeding you. It's so easy.
So this is unbelievable. The avocado is so ripe and so fresh. Tuna is very mild. The bottom is so crispy. And the seaweed salad is like nothing I've ever tasted before. Wow.
Banzai.
This is unbelievable. Thank you. Wow.
I'm going to do my share, my slice of the sushi pizza. It's a dirty job. Somebody's got to do it. The crunchiness of that fried rice cake on the bottom, coupled with that sweet tuna and that elegant seaweed salad, and of course the avocados, it's like having a party in your mouth. It's that good. It's wonderful. You know, it's so critical now that restaurants take more active positions when it comes to knowing their customers. Why is that?
They need to develop a relationship with their customers that can be an ongoing relationship. They don't want to lose sight of the fact that if they have the opportunity to serve a guest one time, they're looking obviously to get that repeat business, for them to bring their family and their friends in, and to get the referral business from them so their business grows. You can't stop with one customer. You want to build from the customers you already have. So by knowing your guests, it kind of goes back to the philosophy on Cheers. You want to go where everybody knows your name. When I walk into a restaurant, if somebody says, "Oh, Lynn, welcome back, how are you?" What I try to do when I'm working in the restaurant is I develop a relationship with my guests by talking to them and getting to know them. So if you were in my restaurant and you told me that the following week you were going to Paris, 3 months later when you came back, I would say, "Harvey, how was your trip to Paris? Tell me all about it. What did you do?" I have an incredible memory for names and for people, which has always made me at the top of the game in the hospitality industry. And that's really the key. I always, when I interview people, potential employees, I always say, do you have a good memory? Which to me is the key. Do you like serving others? Do you like to help people? Those are the key things in the hospitality industry, because if you don't fall into those three categories, you're probably not suited for this industry. Like every business, there is components that make up people that are just better at what they do than others. And having a good memory, remembering people, and having an interest in others is really probably the key aspect to the service or hospitality industry.
That's so important. You know, they just think good food is the main way to build their business.
And good food is very, very important. But I have gone back to restaurants where I thought the food was good, but I thought the service was phenomenal. And the other thing I always try to explain to people when I'm doing training is treat people like you would when they came into your home. If you were a guest in my home, the first thing I would do is make sure you were comfortable where I seated you. I would make sure that I offered you something to drink, something to eat. I wouldn't let you leave if it was raining without offering you, would you like to borrow an umbrella? Treat people like you would coming into your home. You want them to feel welcome. You're glad they came in. And if you truly, sincerely feel that warmth and that hospitality, people will come back. So I've gone back to restaurants where I just love the way I was treated. To me, that's, you know, my side of the business is the service side, and I think that's really the key to building a business, growing your business.
So how do you feel about Memoya today?
They couldn't have been any nicer. In fact, before we even got here, when I called for directions, the woman was so specific and took so much time in telling me how to get here without making me feel it was an imposition to share the information. She couldn't have been any nicer. So I had good feelings before I even came through the door, because I knew the person who was going to greet me at the door was very lovely and very nice on the phone.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put Memoya?
I would give it a solid 10 for service, and the food was like nothing I have ever experienced. And I lived in Japan, so I'm familiar with Japanese food, but this is a new kind of Japanese food. Things I'd never tasted. The texture, the quality of the seafood, and it was beautiful. I really enjoyed it. I would give them a 10.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
And now mochi for dessert. Okay, let's see. Look at how pretty this whole thing is here for dessert. And Lynn is going to take the first one. Go ahead.
I'm the kind of woman who likes to have dessert before dinner, so.
Oh, life is short. Eat dessert first. I like that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Boy, if I can only bring that face to a woman I know.
Oh my God.
Is that wonderful?
That is so unbelievable.
Can't even describe it.
It's fresh. The strawberry is so fresh. It's not too sweet. And the dough that goes around it is like just soft and delicate, and this is great. This is unbelievable.
Perfect end to a sushi meal.
Oh wow. Oishi.
Oishi desu. So I'm going to have my mochi now, and then the meal is over, but we had fun. Join us for the next one. Dirty job.